Welcome, seriously welcome to a John Legg fragrance review. You know what? Happy New Year. 2022 is upon us and I'm just about to drop my first review of 2022. But before I do that, I've got to say to everyone who sent me a comment, to everyone who has thumbed me up, to everyone who has subscribed in 2021, I appreciate everything. I am so grateful. I am honoured and I'm privileged, and I thank you for your time. So let's do the first one of 2022. Now, this actually comes from a comment that someone sent me, and I thank you ever so much for that comment. Someone said to me, Leggy, I've just watched a review of Jean-Paul Gaultier Ultra Male, and you know what? I can recommend something else which is ridiculously similar and better performance, if that's possible, he said. And you know what? I Googled it. He gave me the name of this fragrance, and I Googled it, and I thought, do you know what? Yeah, all the notes sort of tied up. Most people said online that it was, a fantastic performance. And that's the thing with Jean-Paul Gaultier Ultra Male. For me, it was love at first sniff because it was ridiculously sweet, but very, very masculine sort of sweet. And the performance, it's that sweet. It doesn't project, it pierces, okay? That's how this fragrance works. So let's have a look at the original. There's the original, there's the proper Jean-Paul Gaultier. And I've got to be honest, I love this fragrance. Okay, it's a deep, deep vanilla. It's not a light, airy, fluffy vanilla. It's a real, real deep vanilla. And then you've got the other notes that you're going to smell are cinnamon. You're going to smell sort of lavender. You're going to smell a little bit of amber. And above everything else, you're going to have that juicy, juicy, almost overripe pear slapped on the top. And that is what makes this so sweet. And you know what? When this was launched in, I think, about 2015, a lot of people said, oh, it's a bit like 1 million. And I was like, it's not really like 1 million. I get the vibe that it's sweet and that sort of thing, and the cinnamon perhaps gave it the 1 million vibe sort of thing. But to me, when they launched 1 million Lucky, that was almost 1 million trying to be the same as this with the juicy pear on top. But this one, let's have a cheeky spray. Oh, now, here's the thing. This has run out. In fact, the comment from that guy who dropped me the comment and gave me a recommendation for something that's the same has come at perfect timing. Literally, I've only ever had one bottle of this and I've pretty much eaten my way through it. And as I was getting towards the end of the bottle, I sort of slowed down. And literally, pardon the pun, there is a dribble in the bottom. And this one, every now and then I get a little bit out of it, but I was desperately, wanting to change it and buy a new one sort of thing. But I don't know what held me off. And this guy says to me, Leggy, try this. It's called 9 p.m. by Afnan. And I'm like, I've heard of 9 p.m. It comes like once a day, but I've never heard of Afnan. Here it is, 9 p.m. Afnan, eau de parfum, 100 ml. Now I got myself on eBay and I found this for £26 posted. And realistically, I was kind of like, you know what, that's a lot cheaper than the Jean-Paul Gaultier, because for what do you get in there? It's 75 mil, and that costs around about 65 to 75 pounds. So it's not a ridiculously expensive fragrance, but it's not particularly a cheap one. This one for me at £26 for 100 mil, I was like, let's see what it's like. Now, so I've never heard of Afnan, but here we go. So you've got to be very, very careful with the lid of this one, because here we go. There's the bottle, okay. Fairly plain looking bottle, and it's got a ridiculous, what looks like a table tennis ball, but it weighs a ton. Now you've got to be very careful because it's kind of slippery. I took it off and nearly dropped it on my foot. I think that would have probably broken my foot. Okay, so let's spray this one and see how similar this is, and then we'll talk about performance. Okay, I'm going to say it's about a 97% the same as that one. Okay, so those 2 scents, for someone who's worn that for many years, someone who loves it, absolutely love that one. For me, saying that that's the same, there you go. It is the same. It maybe differs slightly. So, someone really technical could probably say, well, there's a slight different tweak in some of the notes. But realistically, they're the same. Okay, there's no one on earth, if you walked past and they smelt this trail coming off you, there's no way someone would be able to say, that's not Jean Paul Gaultier, that's Afnan. There's no way, because they are so ridiculously similar. Now, this leaves a really shiny, oily mark on your hand, and you go, you know what, that's going to last. Let me talk you through the performance. Now, the original Jean Paul Gaultier, that lasted well. In fact, you'd pretty much get your sort of 6, 7, 8 hours out of that, because it was a real sharp, piercing sweetness. This one, I am getting around about 8 hours, maybe little whiffs after the 8 hours. Easily 8 hours out of this one. And you know what? For £26, this one is the one to buy. Now, I always say, if you've got the money, go out and buy the genuine things. On this occasion, this one has sufficed my need to buy a new bottle of the Jean Paul Gaultier. Okay, this one's the same. It's that deep vanilla, cinnamon, pear, a little bit of amber, a little bit of lavender. And you know what? Females absolutely love this fragrance. When they smell it coming off you, they always say, love it. And you know what? All the guys I've sprayed it for, they all rate it except for one guy, just one guy. He said, no, Leggy, no. It's way too sweet. It's almost like a feminine scent. So that's just one guy out of all the guys I've ever sprayed this for who didn't particularly think it was very masculine. Personally, I rate this as a masculine scent. Definitely. For me, it doesn't really sort of go unisex at all. I can't really see a woman wanting to wear this. It's sweet, but for me, in a masculine way. And I've got to be honest, this 9 PM is solid performance and it's great value for money. So there's a good start to 2022. Get yourself a bottle of that. You will not regret it. I found it on eBay, but I guess you might be able to find it on maybe Amazon and that sort of place. But trust me, that is a serious recommendation. So go for it. Now, I really appreciate your time. Thank you for coming to this channel. Thank you for watching this video. Consider a thumbs up, consider a subscription, consider a comment. Any of the 3 or 4, however many it was, I would appreciate. So stay safe. Spray fragrance every single day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.